How you guys doing? This is Mr. Survival here. Today I'm doing a walkthrough with you over my first aid kit. This is going to be a two-part considering all the different items that I will be showing you. I'm going to be going to depth with all the different items, showing you what they're all used for and how to use them. Okay, to me, a first aid kit should be different for the person who obtains it. Every first aid kit should be different because a different person may have certain medical conditions, so they may need different medications, or they may need more of some items and less of others. This is my first aid kit. You can't really go out and just buy a first aid kit and, just take that out with you and be, okay, this is my first aid kit and that's it, because the first aid kit is not going to come with everything that you will need. No matter how much money you spend on it, no matter, how high-tech or who uses it, your first aid kit should be designed for you. Cannot stress that enough. Alright, well, I'm just going to go ahead and start through it. I'm going to start right down here at the bottom right. All these right here are different medications, different pills, and they're actually pretty important. They're pretty useful considering, as you see, the different packages. So it's pretty much a one-time use. As you see, Tylenol, Motrin, ibuprofen, all sorts of different stuff. These pills help from everything from the variety of nausea, runny noses, stomach aches, common colds, toothaches, headaches, everything straight to diarrhea. I mean, that's something that you're not going to want to have whenever you're outdoors, because that's just going to drain all your fluids, and I know it's ugly, but stuff happens. These are very small and compact, and if you find a good pouch for your first aid kit, everything fits in there perfectly fine. I'm going to move right up here. That Glacier Gel, that is a blister and burn dressing. It actually works very well. I have a habit, I'm prone to burning myself, so I should probably grab a couple more of those. That Johnson & Johnson's first aid that you see on top of it is just a sterile band-aid. If you ever come in contact with a cut and you're worried about bacteria, if you clean it out using some alcohol pads that kill bacteria, go ahead and put that on there and you'll be safe. Nothing's going to happen. Alright, I got some sanitized gauze right here in its package. This right here is Aftercuts for cuts and scrapes. It's actually a medicated first aid treatment with aloe vera. It's for cuts, burns, scrapes, and irritations, as it says right down here. This actually works very well. It's like it's a towelette, and it's actually pretty good. This right here is for blisters. You put this over a blister, and it actually just covers the blister, so any irritation that if you're ever out in the wild and you do get a blister during hiking or camping or any sorts of survival situation, any sorts of cuts, bruises, blisters, anything is amplified by actually a great amount. Having a blister out in the wild is going to totally take you off your game, because your feet are key to survival or towards hiking. I'm sorry for misspeaking, but later on in the video, probably in part 2, I will demonstrate what to do if you ever do have a blister, and I will show you how to get rid of it the proper way. Alright, right down here, this is a little keychain of stuff that I actually do keep in my pouch. This right here is just a regular Coleman's keychain. It comes with the temperature in Fahrenheit and Celsius right here, which is always a good thing to know whenever you're outdoors. I do have some primitive ways of figuring out temperature in Fahrenheit. I may make a short video on that later on, but for now this works. This also carries a compass, and on the back, I know you're not going to be able to see that, but it's a chart with wind speeds, air temperature, and chill factor. This right here is just my average keychain LED light, very bright. I've actually made a video on this before. This is a very great tool. Let's see if I can get the picture for the name for you. As you see, it is a Storm Whistle. This whistle is actually tested and said to be the loudest whistle on the market and in the world. You could actually find this at a surplus store, Walmart, I believe, or just online for about $6. The storm whistle is able to work 50 feet underwater. That's 50 feet underwater, which is actually pretty great. It doesn't contain a ball on the inside, which is also good because if you're in cold temperatures, a lot of the times the ball, if it's extreme cold, will freeze up and will actually prevent this from working. But this is a great piece of equipment. It's 75% louder than a referee whistle, and I'm pretty sure you know that those are actually pretty loud. This is actually currently being used by Special Forces in Fort Bragg. It's also used by the Coast Guard in Washington, D.C., U.S. aircraft carrier, the USS Enterprise, and many, many more different people and sources, branches of the military. So it's a great piece of equipment, especially for the price. It's a great price. This right here is just your average anti-itch cream. Ever come across a plant? Something that will help you out and keep you from scratching all night long. Right here. First aid book. Knowledge is power. You will hear me say this many times. Knowledge is power. You read up on anything, learn off the internet. Great source of information. This little booklet. It comes actually in a first aid kit from Walmart. It contains all sorts of different things. I'm just gonna show you right here real quick that you'll be able to see this. You look through the listings. It covers bleeding, broken bones, breathing problems, burns and scrapes, chemical, anything from choking, cold exposure, frostbite, heat stroke, all sorts of different things. Splints and strains, you're not always going to be able to know everything. This right here, a little common source of knowledge, just will teach you anything. It has step-by-step instructions, and it is a great thing to have. I do recommend having something because it is very lightweight, and if anything ever comes, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Right here, this is a snake bite kit. This actually is a pretty good product considering the fact that it only weighs 1 ounce for one. The price you'll be able to find it at is about $4. You can find it online at a surplus store or at Walmart. I know that for sure. It comes with 3 suction cups. These two right here, the larger ones, and this one right here on the inside is the smaller one. This right here is detailed instructions on how to use it. It also comes with this little rope in here. What it is to put above the bite, which will keep it from circulating throughout your bloodstream. Bloodstream faster. Right in here, there's an antiseptic swab, and there is also a scalpel in there. It is very important to have one of these. Like I said, better safe than sorry, because if anything ever happens in the wild, you do get bit by a snake, it is very dangerous. The main thing that you have to try to focus on is to stay calm. I'll repeat that, to stay calm. You have to stay calm because the more excitement you get, let's say you get bit, normally the first reaction people have is to go running towards any source of help. But running does nothing but makes it worse because it allows the venom to go through your bloodstream faster. So, it's just a quicker way to ultimately death if it's that bad. So hopefully you're never in that sort of situation. But it's actually pretty good. Some symptoms of a snake bite, just for some knowledge. Some symptoms are burning and pain and local swelling around the bite. It's 2 puncture wounds. The area around the bite will start to discolor, either a purple or green color, and you'll start feeling a drying in your mouth. Alright, well, I'm going to move right down here. This is super glue. I know it's a strange thing to have in a first aid kit, but this right here actually does work wonders. One, it's lightweight, you can fit it anywhere, and it is a great fix, for a temporary fix for any cuts that you may have. All you got to do is you get a cut. Let's say I have a cut right here. You just take the super glue, you put it right in here. Now what it does is it seals it up real quick. It stops the bleeding, doesn't let anything in, nothing out, so no bacteria, no germs, no infections. It's real safe. I got some regular bobby pins right down here. This right here, wet ones. If you ever seen my hygiene kit, do check it out. It is pretty good, but this I've actually said in my hygiene kit that I do like it. It works wonders. It kills 99.99% of bacteria. It's able to use on your hands and face. So let's say you get a cut, you're about to clean it. Use this. It'll clean your hands. You know, your has many different uses. This right here, this is two sterile gloves. Alright, for the other half, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this and make a second half so this doesn't cut out. So please stay tuned and watch the second video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I will have the next one up coming up pretty soon. Alright, thank you. See you in just one moment.